Good morning, friends. The situation in West Bengal is very, very serious. Bengal is in a state of total and utter chaos and lawlessness. The law and order situation is on the verge of crumbling. Well, it all started with a small incident, though not one of its kind. These types of stray sporadic incidences have been happening in Bengal since the last few years. Yes, I am talking about the attacks on junior doctors in case some patients die accidentally. Now, things had come to a boil, and in the last incidents, the junior doctors of NRS Hospital, a very renowned hospital with almost 2000 beds, which provides free service to the citizens of, or rather, residents of West Bengal. The junior doctors, who are the main backbone of the treatment system, obviously headed by the senior doctors, have gone on a strike. And this movement has spread now all across the city, and from there to most of West Bengal. And the only person to be blamed for this fiasco, which could have been settled easily, is our Chief Minister, Mamta Banerjee. It all started around 5 days back when an 85-year-old patient named Muhammad Sayed, yeah, was admitted of COPD and some other complications. He was in a critical condition, and sadly and unfortunately, this 85-year-old patient expired. So his relatives became furious and started abusing and manhandling the doctor who was in charge. He tried to explain he did his best, but they were not ready to listen. So when he was being manhandled, 10, 15 of his colleague doctors joined him to protect him. He was small in stature, as I heard. And so, and the police was just watching. They did nothing. But when the relatives saw that they could not do anything for that moment, since other doctors had come to that doctor's aid, they left and threatened the doctors of dire consequences. Nobody took it that seriously. They all thought the incident had passed. It happened during the afternoon or evening, and things were back to normal. But what happened during the night was around 4 or 5 trucks of people who were from the locality of this deceased patient, Muhammad Sayed. They were brought in by his relatives, armed with rods, sticks, knives, etc., and they entered the premises of the hospital. And whoever they could get in front of them, get hold of, lay their hands on, whether it be the junior doctors or the students or the interns, they started bashing them up mercilessly. There were 4 to 5 police vans present on the location, but they decided to do nothing, play a silent role when these incidences of violence were going on. By now, all other junior doctors had come to know of this, of that medical college, and they rushed in to the aid of the ones who were being beaten up. And immediately a fiasco ensued, a free for all fighting. Now the police jumped in, but instead of tackling the attackers, the outsiders, the residents of the locality of this Muhammad Sayyid, most probably they were from Tangra or Rajabazar, I am not sure. Instead of trying to control them, they started a lathi charge on the doctors. Finally, while this was going on, there was a lot of brick batting, and a huge stone was thrown from a close distance range and hit the forehead of a doctor named Poriboho Mukherjee. The blow was so severe that the bone of his forehead was indented. It went inside by half an inch or so, putting immense pressure on his brain. And of course, there was external injuries, and he was bleeding profusely. So, seeing that the police dismissed the outsiders, chased them away, but the damage had been done. He was rushed to a neuroscience hospital, and luckily, very luckily, he survived. And till 2 days, nobody was sure whether he would survive or not. So, in protest of this incident, the junior doctors of NRS hospital went on a strike, and they said they didn't have any huge demands. They said we need assurance of our security. These type of attacks have been happening numerous times, not only in this hospital but in many other hospitals all over Calcutta. And sadly, most of the attacks, 80% of these attacks, appear in certain localities. I cannot elaborate more, understand me what I mean to say. 80 to 70% of the attacks are concentrated in certain localities of Kolkata. And sadly, what do you say, almost no police action has been taken. Some eyewash actions, that's it. So, next day, the health minister of the state, Chondrima Bhattacharya, and the police commissioner, Anuj Sharma, visited the striking students. Sadly, in our state of West Bengal, the other ministers and the police mean nothing. They have no powers virtually. All the powers reside with the chief minister, Mamta Banerjee. The police and the other group of ministers are just her stooges. They have no voice, nothing. So naturally, the students rejected the assurances from these people. They just asked the chief minister to visit us and assure us, and also promise us that the 200 to 300 odd attackers will be arrested. It's not hard to locate their CCTV footages. You can check the footage and arrest them, or you can just a bit of inquiry in the locality. Since all the gang had come from a particular locality concentrated in a small area, it's easy to identify the attackers. We just want the CM to come and assure us of future security, and also promise us that strict and stringent actions will be taken against all the attackers and they will be arrested. The chief minister spends hours and hours each day on rallies attacking the opposition. She spends hours inaugurating statues, cutting ribbons of hotels, painting, singing, putting up Facebook posts. So surely she could have taken out some time for this all important emergency, because since the junior doctors were at strike, the poor patients were not getting any treatment, and this was a huge standoff. And the poor patients are not guilty, they need treatment. Where will they go? Whom they will turn to? But at the same time, the doctor's demand is also justified. All it would take was a 10-minute intervention from our respected chief minister, which she refused to do. And seeing her arrogance, the other junior doctors of the other hospitals like RG Corp, SSKM, Calcutta Medical Hospital also joined the strike. Still, she refused to take action. This now spread to other areas of West Bengal. Initially, it started from one hospital, spread to the other hospitals of Kolkata, and now all over the state. So, lakhs and lakhs of people were not getting treatment. Already, few people died. Some emergency services were opened, but not the others. Seeing things getting out of hand, the chief minister visited the SSKM hospital, the largest hospital in West Bengal. Though the incident had occurred in NRS hospital, we have no idea why she visited a different hospital. Well, the junior doctors were at strike over there also. They had only one slogan: we want justice. So people heaved a sigh of relief that now, since she had arrived, some solution will be there would be some solution to the problem, and in an hour or so normal services would resume, and the lakhs and lakhs of patients would get the much deserved treatment. And remember, 99% of these patients are very poor people. They come to the government hospital since the treatment is free. Sadly, and much to our surprise, I don't know which word to use, surprise is not the apt word, to our shock, our CM went on the road of confrontation with the doctors. She called them outsiders, she called them stooges of BJP, the party she detests since they have almost caught up with TMC in popularity and are about to uproot them in the next elections and assume power. So she sees BJP in every walk of life. She called them outsiders, BJP stooges, etc., etc. She threatened them that if they do not start services within the next 2 to 4 hours, she will take action. She will take police action. She will take administrative action. She called up the MSVPs, the principals, and whoever she could call up, and she threatened them that their hostels will be evacuated and they will be thrown off their hostels if they do not resume their duties. Instead of pacifying them, instead of assuring them of justice, she provoked the situation way further. She added fuel to the fire. All she needed to say was, I am with you. I assure you of police protection in all the hospitals. I assure you strict action will be taken against the culprits. She decided to do none of these. She employs her police in arresting people who make Facebook posts against her. She is surrounded with hundreds of police. And surprisingly, she only breaks the Z security, the police barricade, to confront her opposition. She gets down off her car. That is the need of the police protection actually for her. Bengal is a peaceful place for her at least, but not peaceful and secure for the common people. She could easily deploy police in all the hospitals and promise them. But no, she decided to be super arrogant with them and threaten them with consequences. Now you cannot threaten doctors. Doctors cannot work under threat. It has to come from the heart as well, as much as from the brain. It's intellect and heart. That's what doctors are. She forgets these doctors are not the police whom she orders around. These are not her party workers or ministers whom she treats like dust and garbage. These are respected doctors who have spent years and years of hard work on study. And they are giving service, hours and hours every day. So why can't she come and sit for a compromise? Nobody asked they had no unmanageable demands. They had no unfulfillable demands. Think, if you were the CM, would it take much to assure of police protection and action against the rioters, the attempt to murderers? No, but she decided not to do. Why? I can't say, but most people are saying again it is a part of vote bank politics. Think why. I cannot elaborate on that. I do not want to spend my time in jail. Most of the people in Bengal, forget me, I am a normal citizen. Even opposition ministers and netas are packed off to jail for opposing our CM. It's hard to decide whether she is an elected representative or the queen of the state or the autocratic monarch. Well, after this threat, nothing happened. Doctors did not budge an inch from their position. More doctors joined in, and now the senior doctors were also flaring and fuming at the sheer arrogance of an elected head. By the time I am making this video, already 600 to 700 senior doctors, they are the who and who's in the medical circle of our state, they have resigned. The HODs, the principals, the main doctors. The words do not come in mind when it should come. What's the word? The ones who are indispensable. Yes, doctors are indispensable. Though the saying goes, nobody is indispensable, life goes on, sure. But you cannot replace a doctor in a day or two. And when senior doctors start to resign, it's really, really serious. And things are being worsened by idiotic TMC leaders. Again, after this NRS fiasco, a group of 4 or 5 ministers or netas of TMC, some Hussain Tahar, I don't remember the name. It's out there in Facebook. The video. It's not lies or concocted or Photoshop. The real video is out there on Facebook. He came and threatened the doctors, striking doctors, of public lynching indirectly. He said, either you start working or I'll send the public from outside. You can very well guess who these public are, from where they have been brought in. And I also heard there were rape threats made. But honestly, I couldn't figure that out in the video because there was too much chaos. But I did hear that either you work or face the public wrath. They were asked to go outside. They were asked to be forced outside, though the police had the presence of mind not to comply with these people. Now you see, every day if they're threatened, how can anybody work under threat? Everybody has this self-respect. You might be a big neta, you might be a crorepati corrupt neta, you might be the CM, you might be the police commissioner, but everybody has their self-respect, not because they are high intellectual doctors. Anybody in their place would feel insulted. You cannot arm twist everybody and make them work. And now what's going to happen? Every day the number of patients are piling up. Somebody dying, somebody needs dialysis, somebody doesn't have a hand, somebody's shoulders have been dislocated. The doctors are not on leave, they are right out there with their stethos and their equipments. They are ready to join work on a minute's notice. All the doctors are asking for, there has been a new demand because of the arrogance. Other than security and arrest of the criminals, they also want the chief minister to apologize. And that is a very just demand. You just cannot bully people into submission. You cannot. And now voices of protests are rising everywhere. The intellectuals of the state, the writers, the artists, the actors, the political and non-political, political activists all have joined in. The commoners have joined in. How many will they threaten? How much power will they have? Calcutta is boiling. The chief minister has lost her sanity. I would request our Prime Minister Narendra Modi to come and do something. But again, if Narendra Modi comes in, the Health Minister of India has already begged Mamata Didi, as she calls her, Behen, to take some action. She has brushed them off. Now, if the Prime Minister comes in and intervenes, she will say BJP is interfering in state affairs. She doesn't realize the difference between the Prime Minister and a BJP Karyakarta. Yes, that's what the PM is also, a BJP Karyakarta, the most popular one. But at the same time, he is the PM, everybody's PM, and he never differentiates. The only hope is our respected Prime Minister coming in and intervening and assuring them of protection. I don't know what is the procedure, whether the center can assure them, but whatever it takes. Our respected governor has asked the CM to meet him, but as usual in her arrogance, she has dismissed him. So, I don't know how many people will watch my video. All I want is you guys to share the video or make videos of your own. I don't need likes or subscribes to my YouTube channel. For other videos, I would request. But here I just want you guys to share or make your own videos or write posts or talk in real life about the situation in Bengal. Bengal is under the grip of hooliganism. The TMC are a bunch of hooligans. And there's one person who is controlling all these hooligans, all these murderers, all these criminals. I am just saying it off the top of my head. I have jotted down a few points, but most of what I said was spontaneous, so maybe I am a bit incoherent and repetitive. Do forgive me. Do ask others to watch this video, and thank you so much for watching. And please, all of you, join in for the doctors and more so for the patients. I just can't even watch those videos when the patients are being shown. I do not have the courage to watch their sufferings, their misery. Please request our CM, if possible, beg to her, just as I begged to our CM Mamta Banerjee. Please spend 15 minutes. Maybe they are asking for an apology. They will back down from the apology demand. Just be nice with them, assure them of security and stringent actions against these hooligans. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a great day. And let's pray for Bengal, to whoever you pray, or wish the best for Bengal if you are atheists. Thank you. Bye-bye.